So here's the post. Trump said, quote, "It was a pleasure to have dinner the other night with Governor Justin Trudeau of the great state of Canada. I look forward to seeing the governor again soon so that we may continue our in-depth talks on tariffs and trade, the results of which will be truly spectacular for all. DJT," end quote. Bring in Bradley Devlin, the politics editor for the Daily Signal, David Grasso, a Republican strategist. Thank you both for being on. Bradley, I'll start with you. Perhaps this might be a bit of an inside joke, maybe not. How did you read it?
I mean, it's starting to smell like the 18th century again here with Donald Trump coming back into the White House. Maybe we should conquer Greater Canada. All that aside, I think the president, is often tongue-in-cheek when he's levying these kinds of threats, whether they're economic or military. We talked about the North Korean threats back in the previous administration, calling Kim Jong-un Little Rocket Man, for example. And, President Donald Trump has a lot of irons in the fire to take care of when it comes to foreign policy and shoring up some different wars, settling them, trying to obtain peace not only in Ukraine but in the Middle East. He doesn't want to be too aggressive to the Canadians because therefore we're going to be focusing on trade on the latter half of the administration, something that he can do mostly through executive powers, whereas he's going to need the legislature to move on a whole bunch of different domestic agenda items, I think, early in his term. So he's kind of setting the stage in his tongue-in-cheek way.
Yeah, clearly not intimidated by our neighbors to the north, but he does need Senate confirmation for some of his cabinet picks. And we see some of those faces on Capitol Hill today, expecting those Senate hearings to begin sometime next month. Pete Hegseth, by the way, his nominee for Secretary of Defense, now seemingly back in the mix, sitting down with more senators on Capitol Hill, including Iowa Senator Joni Ernst. Hegseth commenting about that conversation. Here's this.
I just appreciate her commitment to the process, and we look forward to working together.
Did she say she's going to vote for you? Did she feel confident leaving that room that she would support you?
It was a great meeting. It was a great meeting, and
will you have another one?
Whenever she wants, yeah. But as of right now, it was a great meeting.
So there you go. He sees it as a great meeting. I believe she's posted as well, not explicitly, though, saying exactly how she would vote. But, David, is there a chance that we see SecDef Hegseth once the votes come in from the senators?
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? Politics is always surprising, and there's a lot of twists and turns. And remember, Pete Hegseth doesn't exist in a vacuum. There are a lot of other nominees that are kind of contentious at this point, and Republican senators have not given the ultimate nod to, like RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and others. So, a lot of times we really focus on one person. Really, we started this fight with Matt Gaetz. Now Matt Gaetz is out of the running. We've moved on to Pete Hegseth, but other people like Tulsi Gabbard have been flying under the radar. So I think it's really important to pay attention because this is not over.
Yeah, it reported also recently by Politico, I believe, that Matt Gaetz is headed to fringe network OAN. That news breaking just recently to do his own evening show. Hegseth is back on Capitol Hill. Kash Patel for FBI director, Trump's pick there, also on Capitol Hill meeting with senators. We're watching that. Bradley Devlin, David Grasso, thank you very much.